You're listening to Funny Peculiar with Jeff Downs.
Welcome to the Funny Peculiar podcast. This week I have the wonderful Jynx Monster, who is a freak show performer. So that's old circus school act. So we're talking bed of nails. We're getting into a bed of machete knives. Get ready for that. You can follow Jynx on our Instagram account, which is Jynx Monster, all one word. So that's Jynx Monster. You can get her there, or on Facebook, and it's Jynx Monster again. And thank you for downloading the episodes, for subscribing, for listening. And do let us know any comments. You can go to the website www.funnypeculiar.org, and then each episode you can leave your own individual comments. So please do let us know what you think and any future guests you might want to hear of. Anyway, for the moment, let's go back over and meet Jynx. It was a wonderful chat, and get ready for blockheads. This is terminology now, and we really do get into bed of nails. So please welcome the fantastic Jynx Monster. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Funny Peculiar. And this week, it's my very special guest, Jynx Monster. Hi, Jynx.
Hi, Jeff.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm good, thanks.
Now I've got you down as I said, what's your profession? And you've given me freak show artist. Now I love that. And do you love telling people when they say what do you do for a living? And is that what you come back with?
Yeah, occasionally. Sometimes I just say, I do this and that. I do a bit of modeling, whatever. It depends who I'm talking to. Sometimes I will just go, yeah, I'm a freak show artist.
Yeah, because sometimes I suppose you just don't want the conversation if you can tell someone's not going to be able to deal with freak show artists. But I think that's a wonderful title. And you do lots of... Just go through, just for people listening, and also... very quickly, just tell us what's your Instagram account as well, Jynx.
My Instagram account is Jynx Monster, all one word.
And that's Jynx, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jynx and Monster, all one word. So if you're listening, go onto Instagram, go onto Jynx account, because there's some absolutely brilliant pictures and there's lots to see while we're chatting to Jynx. That's great. And we're just going through all the different things that you do, because I've chatted to another great artist called B Noir. Now you know B Noir through Monster Cirque, which is another group of performers. And
yeah, I do. I regularly perform with B. She's great.
Brilliant. And we were talking about all the different things, and you do walking on glass and bed of nails, and this is quite common with the sort of your circus performance aspect. But what were you teaching B Noir? You were talking about the nose trick.
Yeah, I taught her how to do Blockhead, which is where you hammer a nail into your nose.
Ah, right, okay.
It's great. I can do it with a drill as well. It's great visual effect on stage.
So how did you teach yourself? So it's called a blockhead. That's the trick, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So I wonder if during the Blockheads, I don't know if they know that band why they've picked Blockhead, but that's a great term. So
I don't know.
I wonder. I'll have to look into that. So
Yeah.
How do you go about learning that technique of tapping a nail in through your nose? How does that work?
Just practice. A lot of practice.
And is the nail sort of blunt on the end? Do you sort of file it down so it?
No, you can still hammer it into a bit of wood, just the same as any other nail.
So you will just basically. So I take it there's sort of some natural cavity, and obviously we'll just say don't try this at home. But obviously there's some.
Yeah, don't try this at home.
This has got to be done under.
It can go wrong.
It can go wrong. So you slowly just, and we've all seen it on television. You slowly tap the nail in, but you've now perfected this using a drill.
Yeah.
So and how does that was again same thing? You just based it as a hand cordless drill. I take it.
Yeah, it is.
And you just
just into your nose.
And you just basically press start and it drill. And
Yep.
how far do you get it in? Do you try? Is it only so far it will go?
It's I don't know, it's hard to describe. You kind of have to see it for yourself.
We'd have to. Are there pictures on your Instagram account of you doing this particular trick?
If you scroll really far
Right
down,
down.
I think there's a video. There's a video
Oh,
of me
right,
doing
okay,
it.
right, wonderful. Okay, so if you're listening, there you go. You can see Jynx doing that. So now you do all these other. So yeah, just describe the sort of various performance things you do to us. Just let us know.
So I do fire and grinding, and then I do the bed of nails, the glass bed act. I eat glass as well.
So right,
Um,
so because B was saying I think she was getting into. So again, that's just. Did you have a mentor? Were you taught by someone how to do all this?
um, I looked it up to find out the tricks of the
Oh
trade
right,
and
okay.
asked a few other sideshow artists as well, who were kind to help out to give me some advice. Um, so yeah, I just learned through that way.
Fantastic, brilliant.
Just keen to learn a
You
new
just
skill to freak people out by.
so you and we were saying as well when you go on stage and it's quite a power trip I should imagine when you're in that moment doing that performance
Yeah, yeah, it's great.
and looking at
Hold that
audience
kind of
members
power of the audience.
and seeing the audience look at you. How does that feel when you see them all looking back? You're about to walk on glass.
It's good. I've got some screams out of people actually when I've jumped on the glass.
Right.
That always makes my night.
Right, you like so it's good if you can get at least 4 or 5 screams out of an audience. That's a good night.
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. And so we'll come back to this later. But we'll just how did you actually? When did you first sort of get this idea of performance? How old were you, or what were you doing at the time? What was the sort of moment, that bulb moment, without eating it, but that light bulb moment where you went, that's for me. I want to do that.
Um, I was, I mean, I always loved the circus when I was little.
Yeah.
Always loved starting fires as well.
Right.
Bit of
Okay.
a pyromaniac. And I guess I was in college at the time.
Yeah.
Got good friends with a girl who had this girl, Dolly Monster, who started the group Monster Cirque.
Right. Yeah. Her name was yeah.
So I managed to persuade her to let me join. Managed to persuade her to teach me.
Yes.
So she taught me a few bits with the fire, and she taught me the blockhead. And then from there, I kind of expanded on that and grew.
That's brilliant. And so what was that like from when you first chatted to her and then it came that morning that you were like, right, this is it, and I'm in her studio or wherever, and it's like she's going to teach me how to put a nail in my nose or something like that. What was going through your mind just before you did your very first sort of practice trick?
I was dead excited to learn it, but I was
Yeah.
still really nervous, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Did you think,
You think what's going to go wrong, stuff like that.
rushing to casualty with a nail in your nose or something like that?
Yeah.
Because it must be quite a nerve-wracking thing but obviously you build up that confidence. So, and was it through with Dolly Monster that you built your confidence performing?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
And
she was really helpful.
she was very helpful. And so you progressed. So when was your actual first show? Can you remember when you were like, this is it, this is name on the poster, or can you remember that first show you did?
I think it was early 2015, maybe 2014, I'm not sure. But my first ever show was actually Manchester Tattoo Convention.
All right, okay.
So it was a big deal.
Wow, that's quite a big show indeed. So, and what were you doing? What was the?
I was doing a solo act in the afternoon, like one of the headlining acts.
Right.
I was doing a solo act. I did a nail bed act one day because we were on 2 days, and the next day I did the machete bed act.
Now now let's get it, because this is something we were talking about a little bit earlier, because the nail bed act's quite a traditional, and we've seen that. I think everybody's seen that in films, and it's kind of passed down that everybody knows that kind of stunt. So again, just briefly, it is literally what it sounds like. It's a bed of nails, isn't it? It's nails through a piece of wood, and you lie down on them. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
And do you get people to stand on you and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so
Yeah,
take
I've
us
progressed now. I get people to smash a breathe block on my stomach
Right,
while I'm
okay.
laying on them.
It's brilliant. So just take us back to that tattoo convention. So there you are, first show, and you're lying on the bed of nails, and
Yeah, and down to pasties as well.
and say that again. You're down to
Down to pasties as well.
what down to pasty.
So it was a burlesque nail bed act.
Right.
So I'd like stripped down to little nipple covers and a thong
Right.
on the bed of nails.
Okay. So you're completely sort of. How many people were there? Can you remember how many were watching?
It felt like a good couple of hundred.
Wow.
I doubt it was that many, but I don't know.
And
It's probably quite dear in the headlights.
Yeah. And do you have music playing as well?
Yeah, it was all choreographed to one song.
Oh, right. And what was the song?
It was Marilyn Manson.
Right. So that's what he's kind of a sort of how would you describe it? Like hard metal, isn't it? Sort of industrial metal, is it, or something like that? So it's quite full on. So, and so this.
Yeah, but it was one of his slower songs that you could wiggle to.
So you've still got a little bit of some wiggle going on. So before you actually get on the bed of nails, you do a little bit of a dance. Is that right?
Yeah, it's like choreographed. So you're moving sexily to go down onto the bed of nails, and then coming up, moving a bit round a bit, and then back onto it in a different move.
Okay, so a bit like Madonna when she did Like a Virgin on that bed, but I think you're a lot harder and a lot tougher because you're going down basically on a bed of nails, which is far more stronger than. Come on, Madonna, let's see you do it on a bed of nails. I bet she wouldn't. So okay, and that's incredible. You're on the bed of nails, and then. So for your first performance, would anybody stand on you for that one, or you were just lying on the bed of nails?
Yeah, someone will have stood on me.
Okay. And was that a bloke? Was it someone quite? Do they get who was doing that then?
I think it was probably just one of the other girls that day.
Ah, I see. Because this is your first performance.
That and I think we were a bit pushed for time to get an audience member as well.
Yeah. So it just because is there a certain amount of time you can lie on the bed of nails before you've got to get off it, basically?
I've not tried to lie on it for a whole TV program before, but probably about a minute I'd probably do it. It's quite painful.
It's right. Okay, so it's bearable for about a minute, and then obviously there comes a point where that's it. You've got to get back up again.
Yeah.
And this was the first day. So you came back the second day, and this is when you did the machete trick.
Yeah.
And so just talk us through what that involves.
So it was similar to the bed of nails, but it's machetes. I think that first one was about 6 or 8 machetes. I've got a new one now that I made myself. It's 10 machetes, but it's a series of machetes in a row.
Wow.
And you can walk across them.
So they're slotted into position with the blades obviously pointing up,
yes, they are.
Like a sort of I don't know, one of those what do you get when you're doing your runner beans? One of those things you push your runner beans through, isn't it? And it sort of slices them up. So this is machetes, and you can walk across those, can you?
Yeah.
Wow. And again, so how close are the machetes together? Like a centimetre, an inch?
A couple of inches.
A couple of inches, crumbs.
Yeah.
And so, wow. So, oh my God, I'm now tensing. I'm tensing and writhing. So, and I'm curling my feet up. So you just obviously place your feet on each blade and just very, very carefully walk across each one. Is that it?
Yeah, yeah, you've got to be careful with weight placement.
Right, is that the trick?
Don't want
It's
to lose a toe.
no, oh dearie mate. Have you ever cut yourself through doing that?
Yes, I have.
Oh dear.
Moving around too much while I lay on my back on it.
Oh, and so you walk across it as the first part, and then you lay on it as the second. Is that right?
Yeah, it depends what act you're doing. I can mix it up a bit.
Right. Okay. So and so you lay on that, and it's similar with the bed of nails, and it's for so long, and then up you come basically. And have you and but you say beforehand to prove they're sharp, you chop a cucumber on them. Is that right?
Yes, I do. It's particularly good to stare out an unwitting audience member while you smash the cucumber into
Okay.
bits on the
You're right.
machetes.
Because up until they think that's not a real blade, and then whoomph, it's
Yep.
like, yes, it is. Oh, fantastic! So it's like, okay, so that's kind of a new thing for you, the machete. Oh, you've been doing that a while now.
I've been doing that a while now, but I've updated my equipment, so it looks meaner, it looks bigger.
Well, oh, right, okay. And where do you get you? Do you? And you've said you kind of make the props yourself, or but you go to someone as well to build stuff. Is that right?
We will go to different people for props, but the machete bed I made myself.
Wow, wow, that was so you walking around B&Q of a Sunday, people think, oh, that's very good. She's probably going off to paint her bedroom or something like that. Little do they know that you're
Yeah.
buying all this 4x2 and stuff. So that's fantastic. So and so and how do you? And so we talked about all this. You do the nail in the nose. I like it when we were talking earlier. We were just ticking off on a shopping list. You were so sort of blasé. You were going, well, I do the nail in the nose. Yes, I do eating glass. I do machete. So you've taught you. So you do the eating glass because I think you said you taught B Noir as well how to do that.
Yeah.
So how did you get into that? How did you start to practice that?
Well, I'd just seen other sideshow artists do it,
Okay,
and I wanted to just progress. So
right,
that seemed like the natural way to go. So I just got some information from some other artists
sure.
about how to do it correctly and just try give it a go.
Wow. And then is it particular types of glass? I think some people do light bulbs, don't they, in various things.
It's light bulb glass, yeah.
Yeah, right, right. And do you actually swallow that, or is it just crunching in your mouth?
Yeah, you swallow it.
You
I
swallow
swallow
it,
it.
really, really, bloody hell. So it's like, and then how does that digest, or it doesn't, or
It seems to digest okay. I've not had any problems,
thumbs,
and I've
right?
been doing
Okay.
it for a few years now.
Wow.
So
Okay. Right. Again, don't try this at home. We'll put in a massive
no,
big
don't.
warning here. So it's like, okay, that's a wow. So I didn't know. And I was saying to someone, yes, veer away from energy light bulbs because there's probably more glass and gas. So it's I think someone said it's the old traditional bulbs they use.
Yeah,
So it's
use
like,
the old traditional bulbs
there you
that
go.
I
So,
think there's a toxic coating on
oh, I
the inside
see.
of
Right.
energy
So
bulbs
it's
that
part.
might upset your
Of
digestion a
course.
bit.
So the older traditional bulbs, 5 a day to keep you fresh and regular. So very good. So it's like, wow, that's incredible. So and anything else? So yeah, anything else? Oh, that was it. We were talking. You were doing. Now this sounded great. The fire whipping. Now you're learning sort of whip, sort of artistry, as it were.
Yeah,
And
trick whipping.
trick whip. That's it. So, yeah, tell us about that because that and the fire stuff sounded really good.
So I'm a bit accident prone. I have hit myself in the face a few times while
Oh,
trying to swing the whip overhead and crack it in front of me.
wow. And this is like a bull whip, like Indiana Jones, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
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 right. Okay. Wow. They're quite.
yeah,
And so it takes a lot of practice to. So you're trying to, as you were saying, you were trying to flick, say, someone holding something like a cigarette in their mouth. You're there trying to flick, use the whip
yeah.
to. Yeah.
That's my next plan is to get good enough to be able to target whip. So
Wow.
whip things out of people's mouths or people's hands.
Wow. And you've injured yourself as you've learned.
Yes,
Yeah, wow.
I
So,
always do.
yeah, but I suppose perils of the job, really, isn't it? That you do.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So, but do you mind getting injured? I suppose you just that's part of it.
That's part of it. I expect to have a few injuries, but I always make sure I've got like people around just in
Yeah.
case, or a health and safety kit on standby,
Sure. Well, you guys,
or
no,
like
you
that.
are. You're very good because every time I talk to you guys, you're very safety conscious, obviously. But you've always got backup. You've always got someone there to just in case something goes wrong. Is that right?
Yeah, it's good to have someone there to drive you to the hospital just in case.
Exactly. If anything else, as long as they can find the keys and get you in the car, I suppose that's the important bit. But luckily, you're here today, and you're a professional, so you know what you're doing. And I saw you in a fetish club, and you were brilliant again. I think the
Thank
first
you.
time I'd seen. I remember when the Bed of Nails came out. There was an audible, "Oh, is she gonna lie on that?" I do remember that. So, and
You saw how wonky it was as well,
yeah,
right?
there was well, actually, after you finished, I think because it was in a fetish club, I think one guy then tried it, and it was like, I think you were off, and I was like, oh my lord, I think be very careful, and I think he almost tried to do it, and then he didn't, he bottled out, so I was like, because it's dangerous as well if you don't know what you're doing, so.
Yeah.
But so this is sort of this is you do this all the time, but you mentioned modelling as well. You do a bit of modelling as well. Is that right?
Yeah, I do a bit of modelling as well.
And so it's a sort of so what is the Jynx Monster? That's the main part of your career at the moment, is it? That's what you do the most.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Fantastic. And what does your partner think? What does your family think about this? Are they like, hey, she's happy, she's going for it? Is there any reservations from anybody?
My family's very relaxed and open. They're all, as long as I'm happy, they're happy. So
Brilliant.
that's good. And
Fantastic.
my partner's away playing big festivals and stuff regularly anyway, so
Ah, right. Sounds like
doesn't
he's in a
mind.
band then. Is he a performer or he's in a
He
band?
is, yeah, he's in
Ah,
a band.
oh, right. Fantastic. So, brilliant. So he's doing, so he's in the live performance world, so he gets it basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, and how do you keep your act fresh? How do you look for new ideas? Thinking, well, I might try that, or I might try this.
Well, I'm just forever trying to expand, like get better at things, improve, look for the new shocking thing to do.
And what's the new shocking? Have you had your eye on anything?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure that out. Do you have any ideas?
Well, I'll look around. I'll get my toolbox out, or think of something that I don't know. I watch YouTube a lot. If I have any thoughts, I'll let you know. So it's like, um, and
I'm wondering when I can get good enough to ride no-handed on the motorbike. Maybe I can add
ah,
some freak show to my motorbike
this
riding as
no,
well.
well, yeah. So this is
That might be a good act.
yes, that's a classic. The bike, the motorbike in that wall of death or whatever they call it. Is that the one where it just goes round and round, or you just mean?
Yes, I've seen that. I want to have a go.
Would you do that? Crumbs. Would
Yeah, I would.
would you do I think they call it, is it wing walking on a biplane, and
No,
right,
I'm
okay,
terrified of heights.
you don't like that look I
I
saw.
don't like
You
heights.
don't like heights, okay. So you would never do a bungee jump. I know that's not a freak show thing, but that's
I
heights.
would. If
You would.
someone dared me to anything, I'd do it.
Is that so? Is that how kind of this started? Did someone dare you? Did you dare yourself to do this?
I probably dared myself, yeah.
Ah, right. Okay, so that's right. So it only takes someone to say, "Right, Jinx, can you do that?" And you'll just think, "Right, I'll just
I'm
give it."
halfway up the tree already, like, see, did it.
Is there anything you've dared yourself or someone's dared you to do and you've gone, no, no, as in, or you've tried it once and gone, nah, I'm not doing that. That was too dangerous.
No,
No, no. So you this is it.
no, but I've I've passed things up that I seriously regretted afterwards
All right,
that I
okay.
passed them up.
What have you passed up?
I got offered to be in the sidecar on a classic sidecar race once,
All right.
and I turned that down.
Oh, right, okay. Is that those, and we're not talking like
That's
Wallace
the
and Gromit
unlucky person
sidecar.
who sits in the sidecar and leans so the whole
Yes,
bike doesn't fall
fall over.
over.
This is a sports one, is it? Not the
Yeah,
Wallace and Gromit with the very quaint sort of.
no,
This is proper
around the
far.
official
Oh,
racetrack.
yes. All right. Okay. No, I'd probably be with you on that one. That was right. Okay. Wow. Yeah, they get that. That goes fast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And was it the holding on that was probably the work? Because I've seen that. And you think well, you only have to lose grip, and that's it, isn't it? So
Yeah.
yeah. No, I don't blame you on that one. Anything else you've passed up? This is interesting.
No, I
No,
don't think so. I can't think of anything.
just that one. Well, if anybody's got any ideas, they can always
Or if anyone
email.
has a sidecar they
Oh,
want to race,
yes, or if you've got a
I'll do it
sidecar,
now.
get in touch with Jinx. So, but I'll listen at the end of the podcast. I'll leave all your details, and there'll be people listening. It's all on iTunes, and all the bios of all performers and people I have on the podcast will be up there. So we'll make sure we'll get that up for you, Jinx. So it's and so, what have you got coming up show-wise? Sort of, performances. Sort of in the next few months. Where can we find you?
I'll be in Liverpool again soon with Alternative Fashion Fest.
Okay.
We've got our birthday performance coming up soon. June or July, I can't remember exactly.
Okay. Right.
Should know.
No problem. That's great.
So I'll be performing at that anyway.
Brilliant. And you do stuff in Monster Cirque as well, don't you? So
Yeah, we
yeah,
will have shows coming up
coming up.
soon.
Brilliant. I'll put that. I'll
We've
list.
just made a new video.
Oh, right. Okay. Where can we see that?
That'll be on the Monster Cirque Facebook page or the
Brilliant.
website.
Fantastic. So, and you have a Facebook page. So that's again is Jynx Monster, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And you got your Instagram account. Are you on Twitter as
Yeah.
well?
I'm not on
Not
Twitter,
but you.
but I've got a Jynx Monster playlist on YouTube as well, which
Oh,
has loads of videos of
fantastic.
mine.
Brilliant. Well, go to that for watching Jinx as well. So wonderful stuff. And then my last question, which is the show sort of links in with everything. Who do you think I should have on the podcast? Who do you think I should interview and get on the show?
A bit of a selfish one. You need to get Ariel Firecracker on. She's my
Oh,
good
right.
friend.
Oh,
She's
right.
lovely.
Wonderful. Ariel Firecracker. I'll check. And what does she sort of do? What's her performance?
She's a brilliant burlesque artist, and she
Okay.
uses snakes a lot in her
Oh,
act.
right,
She's a
okay.
snake charmer.
Right, okay. Hey, there's an Indiana Jones connection because he hates snakes. You've mentioned the bull whip, so I'm going to go with that
Yeah.
one. So, all right, I'll have to check that out. So, right, brilliant. Ariel Firecracker. I will check her out. But
Thank
brilliant.
you.
Thank you once again, Jinx, for coming on the show today.
It was lovely to talk to you.
That was great, and it's like, and I think I will definitely be thinking about machete beds when I go to bed tonight. That I will be on a safe mattress, and how brave you are and talented. So, thank you for
Thank
sharing your stories and all the stuff you do. So, thanks again, Jynx Monster.
Bye.
You've been listening to Funny Peculiar. Tune in next week. More great guests.
So a big thank you to Jynx there for coming on the show. Absolutely brilliant, and some, as you agree, some eye-watering facts there that we learnt about the bed of nails, the bed of machete knives, and blockheading. Please do not try any of this at home. These are professionals. But thank you again to Jynx. Again, if you want to follow her, Instagram, she's Jynx Monster. All one word, and she's Jynx Monster on Facebook as well. So more great guests to come. Keep downloading, keep subscribing, and do leave us your comments. Thanks very much, and see you next week.